Welcome to Midsomer Railway. Being Midsomer Railway, I can make it whatever I like because it is a fictitious place. I'm actually on my 35th version of Midsomer Railway, mainly due to getting the Tomitech N-scale bus to fit inside the system that I'm trying to run. To start off with, I'm downsized. I used to have a HO system, and since then I found that one of my mates a long time ago had given me an N-scale, and it was sitting in the garage, and I had a heart attack and I wasn't able to do anything, so I thought I need something to do. So I thought I'd get back into model railways and my N-scale. So brief history. Now I am running Kato track. I'm running Kato track for one main reason. My mates who gave me the N-scale, it's very old. It's a 1970s version. Now, while I've only got one engine from there, I have a few carriages and goods vehicles, and I didn't want to throw them away. I wanted to use them. And the biggest problem I found, and a lot of people don't know this, is that the older N-scale will not run on Pico 80. And it's taken me a long time to figure it out, and that's part of the reason why I've had so many versions. The first reason is that you would have a straight track and the train would derail. And after talking to a few people, I finally found somebody who understood what I was talking about. So that's why I've started this, to give you the in-between bits that I've found that you don't see on the YouTube, the internet. So the first one is that the shape of the wheels on an N-scale, yes, I'm not going to show you up close, they're actually slightly rounded, and that causes a lot of issues on normal Pico. So it's actually the shape of the wheels of all the older 70s and 80s models that causes the problem. I went to Kato. I have not had any problems at all. It runs really smoothly. So that's why I'm using Kato. I really like Kato. It does a lot of things that the others don't do. It has a lot more easier to do a crossover point. So, you know, having a switch in there, the switches are powered and no extra devices to make the switch move. You can stop and start the train. I don't have one yet, but it's coming, with signals rather than using DCC, so you can run older stuff and new stuff together. The other issue I have, and you'll see it, is that the Tomitech Road is only partway finished due to not being able to get a lot of stock here in Australia. So every time I want a piece, it takes about 3 or 4 weeks, and from Japan I'm only able to buy 1 or 2 pieces at a time, so it's very slow. Anyway, I'll give you a look around the system, and as I go along you'll hear more from me. I hope you enjoy Midsomer Railway. So as you can see, my little bus is running, and that's about as much track as I've been able to buy so far. Just have to buy a couple of pieces at a time. Started off with the basic kit. So we have a little tunnel, which we have video camera that I'm working on. So you can see the train going through the tunnel, and that's hidden by an upper level, which you can see there. Now the train goes over the top, underneath the tunnel and under the tunnel. You would have seen in the original video that I've done that there, the train going through the tunnel. So as you can see, I'm still working on this system, building the bridge and covering it over there. So one track goes up the top, the second bypass goes into the station. So you can see the station in the main straight. So we have the bus stop there for the Tommy Tech bus, and I absolutely love it. It's fantastic. And as you can see, I also have some static grass just in places. For those people who look at YouTube, I'll get it in view. I'll put it on the track. I followed YouTube and built my own static grass dispenser. It's basically an electronic mosquito. I cut the end off, which looks like a bat, and I put in a tea strainer. And I've taken one lead which goes into and must go into the PVC glue, and then the other end in the tea strainer you put your static grass. And my previous HO, I never used static grass, and I tell you what, this is so much better. For those who haven't got static grass, for about 15 Australian dollars, it's worthwhile. It is brilliant. It just brings the whole system alive. It is so much more realistic than just putting PVC down and laying your grass on top of it. So as we come under the bridge, one rail goes up, the other rails go through to the station. There's another bus stop there, but as you can see there's no track. I'm still waiting for more track to come from Japan. And here's one of the Kato stations, absolutely brilliant. Go together easy. I'm just waiting to get some lights for the system, so it actually lights up very well. So as you can see, the second track, and yes, there's lots of junk and crap around, that will all disappear eventually. So we have the other side of the tunnel which comes out, and there is a crossover that crosses over between both tracks.